It's a 70s QR code.
Something's going on.
I don't know if I'm digging the new Gordon Lightfoot.
And I'll tell you all. Kids at Jackson Junior High.
Hey, he spelled it out for us at least.
About alcohol. Something's going on.
I get an odd feeling this short is going to be about alcohol in school and children. I could be wrong. At least we know the soundtrack was by Rick Wakeman. I've got to pee. Good thing I found a fire hydrant.
All right, Beth.
Ethyl and methyl alcohol.
That's right. Ethyl
Ethel!
and methyl.
Methyl! Okay, that one doesn't work.
What is he
And
doing
there are
here?
some others, too. There
Hey,
is
watch out.
iso-
Oh, Patches. Look at him.
Yes, that's right. I'm a dog, and my name is Patches.
Hey, look back here. Look at him. Look at him trying to walk. Look at him. He fell over.
Isn't ethyl alcohol the only kind you can drink?
Yes, and I'm
Right.
going to stop teaching
Now,
this
who knows
class
what can
and join
happen
Simple
if you drink any
Minds.
other kind of alcohol but ethyl alcohol.
I saw on TV one time, and they had people, and if you just take a little bit, it can really mess up your mind.
Sure thing, low-rent Jan Brady.
Someone told me that you could kill your brain cells if you took the wrong kind of alcohol.
Oh,
like one of
just
those
go
are.
start Microsoft.
Well, when I was doing my alcohol project, I read where this guy, he got into a medicine cabinet.
Mel Tillis,
This little
the
kid,
younger
and he drank
years.
some rubbing alcohol, and it killed him.
Right. In fact, if you drink any of the other kinds of alcohol but ethyl alcohol, you can destroy all the nerve cells in your body and maybe even go blind.
And become a science
Some of you may
teacher.
have read in the newspapers about people drinking antifreeze, industrial alcohol, rubbing alcohol. These are not for drinking purposes. If you drink them, you may die.
You may die.
Now, only
It's not
ethyl
positive.
alcohol
You
is
might.
beverage alcohol.
Remember that, kids. Nope. I'm not going to drink
Well,
it.
nobody drinks
Got
it
my
straight.
mixer in my desk.
Ethyl alcohol is used in making liquor, beer, and wine.
My three favorites.
Straight, it tastes lousy. What's going on back there, boys?
Oh, we're just listening to the new Cheech and Chong album.
Ernie? Willie?
Oh,
Hand
nothing,
jive.
Mr. Barker.
It's just that
Spit it out,
Well,
Todd
Bobby's on
Bridges.
Patches. He's just outside the window, and
And what?
he's got a hangover.
What do you mean he has a hangover?
He's got
you
a
give him Mr. Barker, That's
hangover.
the way to cure his hangover.
Bobby, you go and bring Patches inside here.
In here?
Yeah, we'll see what we can do about this hangover of his.
Great.
My name is Bobby.
Now, the rest of you get back to your seats.
And get out your Sears catalog.
Now, can anybody tell me how Bobby's dog got drunk?
It happened yesterday at Bobby's sister's wedding. Bobby's mother said he could have a few of his kids over for the reception afterwards. And it was fantastic.
Man, it
Bobby's
was
mother
off
had a
the
catering and
hook.
everything.
Oh, wait, they
There
don't
must
say
have
that
been
for another
100
20
people.
years.
And what happened?
Here he is, Mr. Barker.
Yeah, that's right. My name's Patches, and I'm a damn dog.
That's so loud. He's got a headache.
He's
Willie and
also
Ernie were
a
just beginning
dog
to
with a
tell us how
cat's
Patches got
name.
drunk yesterday.
Well, we were sort of walking around at the reception. After the wedding ceremony, everybody was wishing my sister and Hal,
My
the guy
sister,
she
Janet
married,
Jackson.
good luck and all that stuff. Of course, my mom or dad wouldn't let me, Willie, or Ernie have any alcohol.
My mom is
But
Gladys
since it
Knight.
was a special occasion, we could have a glass of champagne for good luck. And I don't know how it happened, but Patches started drinking too.
Man, this reception is
We
nothing
didn't think
but
much about it or
alcohol
anything.
and
We thought he was
afros.
acting funny, and he did seem to like it a lot.
Come on, tell him what happened next.
He's gonna have
As soon
some
as the
salad.
champagne hit him, Patch thought he was a regular guest at the party. But
He
the
ended up hooking
champagne
up with
finally
a
got to him,
bridesmaid.
And he just sat there with a dumb look on his face.
And he went to sleep right after that and didn't wake up until this morning. And now he has this terrible hangover. Isn't there anything you can give him, Mr. Barker? A hangover cure to make him feel better?
Hair of the dog, son. Hair of the dog.
Hold it, one at a time.
Well, I was talking to my oldest brother about my alcohol problem.
And he's a real
And he said
alcoholic.
the best thing to do to relieve the hangover is to go in a dark room and just lay down and go to sleep.
And buy another satin shirt.
When my father had
hangover, he drinks a raw egg and some tomato juice.
Then he beats my mom.
Yeah, and what if you stuff yourself with a gigantic breakfast?
I read somewhere that giant superdoses of vitamins can cure a hangover in an hour.
And you turn yourself into a hillbilly.
Actually, none of these things work. Maybe if the hangover's given you a headache, you can take a couple of aspirin to ease the pain.
And I would
But
call you an amateur
there are
alcoholic.
No hangover cures.
Is it the same for Patches as it is for us?
Exactly the same. How long your hangover lasts and how drunk you get depends upon your size and weight, what you've been drinking, how much you've been drinking, and how much
what's
drinking
your,
you've done in your life before.
Oh, we're going to the high life.
Think about what you drink about.
Boy, I tell you what.
And think about
This is clearly a deleted scene from Shake Hands with Danger.
what you drink. Height, age, weight, and experience, that's how to figure it out.
I tell you what, Karen Carpenter would sing anything for money in her later years.
Thinking about, know about, just don't go about. Be what you wanna be.
What I'm learning is this small town in Virginia, the entire town does nothing but sit around and drink. I think I'm going to move there.
And be what you wanna be. And think about what you drink about.
But why did Patches get so drunk?
Yeah, he's pretty big.
Yeah, he's not only big, he's fat.
Shut up, Danny Bonaducci.
All right, quiet down. Now, who can tell us why Patches got drunk?
Well, he drank a lot. The more you drink, the more you're drunk.
It's kind of like being a science
He
teacher.
might not have eaten all day. Then the alcohol would affect him more.
Maybe there's a whole lot of alcohol in champagne.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
well,
who
you
can
know
tell
what?
us how
There was
much
also
alcohol
a
is in the different kinds
whole
of
lot of collars in the 70s.
The bartenders I've talked to told me that all hard liquor has between 40 and 50% alcohol in it. They showed me the bottle where it says
Kid,
the word
are you
proof,
21?
and told me that half of whatever's written on the label is the percentage of alcohol.
But what about the champagne that Patches drank?
My project showed that all wines have about 10 to 15% alcohol in them.
How about beer?
Why didn't I do a
I
report
talked
like
to a beer
this when I was
company
in
that told me
school?
that beer has only about 4% alcohol in it.
All right, now let's see what this really means.
Schlitz.
If you were to drink one glass of
Don't
hard
tell the
liquor,
other teachers. I took all this from the teacher's lounge.
you would be getting just about as much alcohol as if you drank 3.5 to 4 glasses of wine.
Ah, the
or
ribbon.
About 10 to 15 glasses of beer.
Wow.
So you can see that if Patches had drunk as much beer as he did champagne, he would be less drunk. While if
So
he had drunk
Patches,
as much hard liquor
hit the
as
beer.
he did champagne,
Man, he would have been miserable.
and
He'd have
very,
been
very sick,
up.
or worse.
I mean, what did the alcohol do to him inside of his body? I mean, did it do any real damage?
Now that's a good question, Bobby. Let's get him over here in front of the room so the whole class can see, and we'll have a good look at him.
I can't move.
First process we all know
I'm
of
gonna
is
throw
when
up.
alcohol enters the body. How does that happen?
We drink it.
Okay. Now,
Nothing
the
sells
stomach and the
alcohol
small
like a
intestine,
70s
absorption
cartoon.
happens.
What's that?
Alcohol enters into the bloodstream through the walls of the stomach and through tiny little blood vessels in the walls of the small intestine.
So what this
Once it
cartoon
is
is
in the
telling us
bloodstream, it is free to
is
move about the body.
alcohol molecules
As it's
were
traveling
also
along,
a member
portion
of
the
Three Dog
alcohol
Night.
is taken in by some of the body tissue it passes along the way.
Do some parts get more alcohol than others?
Good question. Yes, they do. It seems that the body tissues with more water take in more alcohol. So parts like the brain get a lot of alcohol because
Throwing
it has
some
a lot
cocaine
of water
on
in it.
there too, apparently.
The bones have very little water, so they get almost no alcohol.
What happens then?
Oxidation.
What's oxidation?
Most of the alcohol
Why does
in our
his
bodies gets
little
combined with oxygen.
blood
What this means is that the alcohol gets
machine
broken down
sound like
into
a
water and
chainsaw?
carbon dioxide. Now, the liver can only oxidize a little bit of alcohol at a time. It's a tough process. So the rest of the alcohol
Where do you
keeps
take your
moving
body
around
if
in
one
our
of your
bloodstream.
belts break in your
What if he had
immune
less
system?
to drink? Couldn't the liver work faster?
Nope. No matter how much alcohol you drink, or what kind, or how
And you've
big
got
or small
aliens
you are,
in your body.
the liver can only oxidize a certain amount at a time, and it's a very slow
That's all,
process.
folks.
That's why Patches has a hangover.
Right. The rest is traveling around in his bloodstream, giving him the headache and the crummy feeling of a hangover.
Where does the alcohol go then?
Well, this water and carbon dioxide are now waste products, and they leave the body like all other waste matters, through the lungs and the kidneys.
And then you
we only
pee
talked
them
about where
or
it goes
poop
in
them
Patches'
out.
body. What does it do to it?
Alcohol has an effect in different places in the body. The greatest
Never
effect is on the
realized
brain
that
and
our
central nervous
bodies had
system.
so many
First,
signs
it
inside
affects
of
the
it.
part of the brain that controls our judgment and thought. That actually affects Patch's ability to understand, to remember, and to make decisions.
Homer Simpson at the power plant.
Let's say Patches is under the influence of too much alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's say he sees a cat.
Ah, the
Get him,
cartoon!
Patches.
So Patch's eyes send a message to the brain that there's a cat up ahead. Only the alcohol has dulled the brain and blocks the urgent message it is sending to Patch's legs to get moving and chase that cat. So by the time Patches finally reacts and gets going, the cat is long gone.
And alcohol
has slowed
molecules
down his
also
eyes,
have
his
the
ears, his
70s
legs,
evil laugh.
even his bark.
Anything else happen?
As more and more alcohol is being consumed, it gets to more parts of the brain.
And then
Like
you
the
start
parts that
hearing
control
this
hearing.
humming in your ears that sound an awful lot like a
That's right.
chainsaw.
Also, the parts that affect seeing, speaking, and moving around. If you still drink some more, you get to the parts of the brain that control breathing, heartbeat, temperature. And if you go all the way, you can stop your breathing altogether. Your heart, too.
You can experience all this firsthand if you come with me this weekend
rest of you think
to
of
my
that?
house.
Okay, what about over here?
Alcohol, it hurts your mind, and it also hurts your body, so sometimes I think it's worse than drugs. Well, I went to hospital the other day, and I talked to a doctor, and he said definitely that alcohol is a drug.
Also, I'm going to grow up to be a huge Karen.
Any chemical that you take into your body and affects the way your body functions is a drug. But in a very specific way, alcohol is a drug that affects the way your mind works. It acts as a sedative in the sense that it slows down the activity within your brain.
And it also teaches you how to grow your sideburns longer.
In this slowing down, then your thinking, your ability to make decisions, that all slows down too.
Yeah, Brian?
Well, we've gotten into alcohol as a drug and all that other stuff. But isn't there anything we can do for Patches?
Yes, you can go join Hamilton, Joe, Frank, and
You know what
Reynolds.
Mr. Barker said? The body can only get rid of a certain amount of alcohol regularly. Patches is just going to have to wait this one out.
Yeah, because I am totally a bitch.
Before, you could have kept Patches from getting drunk.
Yeah, but I didn't know.
Oh, come on. It's your dog.
I wasn't the only one there. Willie and Ernie were there. How you gonna blame it all on me?
See, this is more like what I remember class being like when you had a substitute teacher.
What about these guys?
Patches can't look after himself in a place like that. A reception for a wedding? Bobby, all three of those boys should have been watching Patty.
You didn't get invited, so what do you care?
A gallon of champagne. What would you do? Just let him drink it?
Oh, time to go drink.
Hold it just one more minute. One more minute before you go. Remember, you have to learn these things about alcohol because it does affect your brain and your body. But learn when enough is enough, or you'll end up just like Patches here. All right, see you tomorrow.
And don't forget to bring a fifth with you to class next week.
See, I'm sorry, Patches. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, we'll go
Please
find
send me
you a
to
hoe.
Hamburg. Okay? I'm sorry.
Is he really sorry? The Northern Virginia Educational Television Association for the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare warn you, don't let your dog drink too much. Otherwise, he might get drunk. All alcohol is consumed in this program has been simulated. All alcohol consumed in the recording of this riff has been real.